I try to encourage my kids to pay attention to everything. And this is particularly true, I think, when you start learning to drive, and perhaps even before you learn to drive, because it's even better, is recognize what a car should sound like, recognize any changes. Is there a new squeak? Is there a new rattle? Those are signs of things that you should be paying attention to. I think if you hear your fan speeding up and slowing down all the time, that should be something you should be paying attention to.
Usually means your hard drive's going to go, right?
Yeah, it usually means your hard drive's about ready to go.
Yeah.
So, this, I can't imagine that this could potentially be, sending any reasonable amount of data and you not really kind of notice that this fan's speeding up and slowing down. But I think perhaps back to the point, I'll date myself for a moment. We used to talk about covert channels in the context of mainframe computers. And, you want to be able to separate between accounts. It was the user accounts. But I guess one of the potential vulnerable points is that only one user could access the tape drive at a time. So if you could get use a signal that is to take control of the tape drive and then have another sort of covert thing that could see if the tape drive had been taken, and you could use that as a covert channel, release and take and release and take. So that was another example of a covert channel. And there's so many opportunities for covert channels now, it's almost unfathomable how many there are. And I think it's a very important, sort of concept to keep in mind, that when we look at systems, to consider what covert channels can exist. So, for example, we tend to think of a firewall as a means to be able to control access in or out of the network. But if you can simply use some kind of a resource control to be able to leave a signal that it doesn't have to actually go through, you can do some things like that. So I think that's one of the things that's kind of something to keep in the back of your mind, designing systems or considering what potential channels might exist, just to make sure that we're not being presumptuous about the security of a system.